So we go to 141 pounds. Rutgers still looking to get on the board. And it's going to be a tough one. Mike Van Brill goes for the Scarlet Knights, redshirt freshman out of Clearview High School, 12-9 on the year. And he goes up against Tommy Thorn, senior out of St. Michael, Minnesota, who's ranked 11th in the nation, 18-8 on the year, and he's got 7 pins. So this is going to be a tough one for Van Brill.
Now, I talked to head coach Scott Goodale after the Penn State match, after they lost to Penn State, but Mikey Van Brill came out with a win during that match, and I asked head coach Scott Goodale, what they have seen from Mikey and the type of improvement they've seen from Mikey Van Brill since the very first match of the season. And head coach Scott Goodale said the main thing is consistency with Mikey. He said that some matches he'll wrestle amazing, he'll wrestle great, and then some matches not so much. So he says that the main thing for Mikey Van Brill right now is working on his consistency and staying at that high level of wrestling that he knows he can wrestle at.
Now, of course, Van Brill, a redshirt freshman, and if you haven't been following Rutgers wrestling all season long, Anthony Ashnault was penciled in, of course, at 141 before the season, but he had off-season surgery, and he has been out the entire season. 2-time Big Ten champ, 2-time national champ, 3-time All-American. So a very tough hit for the whole season for the Scarlet Knights. But Van Brill has done a nice job. As we said, he's 12-9.
And coming in, having to fill the shoes of somebody like Anthony Ashnault, somebody who has such a big impact on this program, it's not an easy thing to do. It puts a little bit more pressure on a wrestler to know that they're filling in for somebody at such a high level. But Mikey Van Brill is really stepping up, like you said. He's stepping up. He's taken on that role, and he's improving. There's been a lot of improvement from Mikey Van Brill since the very first match of the season. And head coach Scott Goodale says that even though they're still working on his consistency, he continues to improve match to match.
Well, Thorn has the early lead. He's up 2-0 with 1:15 remaining in period 1. And he's building up that riding time. He's up to 55 seconds now. And he goes up over a minute. Stall warning is issued.
Now the ref's going to go ahead and call that stall warning already on Van Brill because he doesn't have much movement on the bottom. He's not working to a base. He's not looking for any type of reversal moves. It looks like he's kind of just laying there. So right now you can see he's kind of trying to work up to a base to avoid another stall call. But when the ref doesn't see any movement going on at the bottom, he's going to call that stalling.
And potentially dangerous position there, so referee blows the whistle.
You see a lot of potentially dangerous calls when it comes to the arm behind the back because it takes the slightest movement to, pop that shoulder out of the wrong place. So the ref is always going to be precautious when it comes to getting the arm behind the back. It always has to stay at a right angle. If it starts moving up, ref's going to call that as soon as possible because they don't want to see any type of injuries on the mat if it can be avoided.
25 seconds left in period 1. 2-0 lead for Tommy Thorn of Minnesota, but he does have a 1:50 now of riding time. 10 seconds left in the period. And second warning for stall awards a point to Thorn.
Again, not enough movement on the bottom. If the ref does not see the bottom wrestler working to a base and working to get out for the escape, he's not going to hesitate to make that stall call.
So period 1 comes to an end, and Thorn has a 3-0 lead.
I remember sitting down with Mikey Van Brill last year when he had first first came into Rutgers, first few times in the practice room with the guys. And, I remember him just being so excited to be a part of this program. He's here on the same team as his older brother, John Van Brill, who hopefully we'll see soon in the lineup. And he's wrestled with his brother his whole life. So I remember him telling me that he's just excited to be a part of it. He's excited to be in New Jersey, representing his home state. And again, just being a part of the Rutgers organization with how much the Rutgers organization has grown over the last few years. I remember him telling me that he's just thrilled to be a part of it.
Thorn trying to make a move. He's up 3-0. 1:05 left in period 2.
Now there's no control yet for Thorn. Thorn was looking for that too, try to get a hold of both ankles, but there wasn't any control because Mike Van Brill had that leg far enough back where the ref wasn't able to say that he was in control. So Mikey Van Brill is doing a great job on defense right now, blocking off these shots, keeping it as neutral as possible. Mikey Van Brill, he's a scrambler. He likes to scramble. He's not afraid to go for big moves. So when you see him rolling around, when you see him scrambling, that's where he's comfortable, and that's where he wants to be.
Thorn's riding time up over 2 minutes now. 35 seconds left in period 2.
Get to your strength. Get to your strength. Get on that 2-on-1. Get to that. Get to it. Move feet. Let him steal one. Move feet.
Now Mikey Van Brill has to be careful because as soon as he starts backing up, if he's not taking shots, if he's not being offensive, if he's not moving forward, the ref's going to go ahead and call another stalling. So he has to make sure that he's not moving backwards, that he's circling and not taking steps out of bounds because he cannot afford to give up another stall call right now.
And period 2 comes to an end with the score 3-0 in favor of Tommy Thorn. Minnesota leads 11-0 on the overall scoreboard. This Minnesota wrestling program, of course, one of the great all-time programs in NCAA history. They're 500 wins over the 500 mark, if you will, 500 plus wins. They have 957 program wins. That's a lot of victories.
A lot of victories. Yeah, Minnesota has always been known as one of those powerhouses of wrestling, especially, like we said, being in the Big Ten program and the type of competition and the high level of wrestling that you see in the Big Ten. Minnesota fits right up there with the best of them. And with 1:32 left on the clock, Lou, already at 1:33 of riding time. So riding time is going to stay in favor of Thorn for the rest of this match.
It's only 3-0, so Van Brill is plenty within reach of making something happen, but he's been held scoreless so far.
Absolutely. I mean, like we said, Van Brill's one of those wrestlers who he'll go for it. If he needs to go for a big throw, he won't be afraid to do so. So towards the end of the match, definitely expect that he's going to go for it.
Thorn gets a point for the escape, so he's up 4-0 now. And with that riding time at 1:08, he's in pretty good shape. Just 40 seconds left. And Minnesota looking to take the first 4 bouts of this match here tonight.
Thorn has a lock on that ankle right there. He's going to hang on to that ankle. He's going to try to bring it underneath of him to get control on top. Van Brill trying to keep his hips up. If he lets his hips go down and go under, that'll be a problem. But Thorn's doing a great job getting control here. Ref hasn't called the 2 points, though. He's letting them scramble here.
Well, there's only 5 seconds left. And there's 2 more points to make it 6-0. And with riding time, he'll win it 7-0.
Thorn is a very offensive wrestler. He's very good at takedowns. Takedowns are what he's good at, so I'm not surprised that he was able to get multiple takedowns in this match.
Tough start for the Scarlet Knights tonight. They're down 14-0 in the match.